I learned my sister stole $360,000 from me at a family party. One question from my grandpa rewrote my entire life. 2 years later, Chloe still wants peace, and I still can't say her name without tasting metal. She wasn't sorry either. In 2022, I was drowning and proud of it. Senior year, 3 jobs, no sleep, and a bank balance that hovered near zero. Mornings I TA'd for a psych professor. Nights I worked a 24-hour gym desk, studying between weight slams and disinfectant fumes. Weekends I did freelance data entry. I lived on ramen and momentum, and I acted like exhaustion made me better. My sister would call to shop or grab drinks. "Just come out," she'd say, and I'd bite back. "Unlike you, I have rent." I wore the hard worker label like armor. I never asked how she paid for her life. Then we had a gathering at my grandparents' old Connecticut house. Dark wood, whisper quiet rooms. I showed up after a double shift and a 3-hour drive in an ancient sweater. I was grabbing caffeine when Grandpa Arthur stopped me. "Maya, you look haggard," he said. "Why are you working nights?" I recited my speech. "Tuition doesn't pay itself. I'm finishing without more loans." I expected praise. He just stared, confused. "Why are you working at all?" he asked. "I gave you that $420,000 trust 3 years ago." I laughed. "Grandpa, you have the wrong granddaughter." He didn't smile. He pulled out his phone and opened a ledger. My name, my social security number, a transfer into a managed account. Then I saw Chloe. She stood 5 feet away with a champagne flute. Then her whole face drained white. Next, her right hand started shaking. Then the champagne slapped the glass in little bursts. After that, she just stopped blinking. Then she stared at me, not Grandpa. And finally, the room felt like it ran out of oxygen. I walked to her like my legs had their own plan. "Chloe," I said, "what is he talking about?" She spun and fled into the kitchen. I followed her into the pantry. Flour, cinnamon, stacked crackers. A tiny room for a massive betrayal. She cried, but it wasn't remorse. It was, "I got caught." The trust mail came to our place sophomore year. She rushed out. I opened it. I saw the amount. I panicked. I waited, silent. She kept digging. "I'd already burned through my savings," she said. "I thought I'd get cut off. Dad was the co-signer, and after he died, the statements kept coming to me." "So you accessed it," I said. She nodded. "I only borrowed some." "How much is left?" I asked. Her voice shrank. "Like 60,000, I repeated. "From $420,000 down to $60,000. I did the math and felt heat rise behind my eyes. Every night shift, every skipped meal, every doctor visit I didn't book because I couldn't afford the copay. She didn't just steal money. She stole the years where I could have just been a student. And then she tried to dress it up as kindness. "But Maya," she sniffed, "you were so proud of working hard. I didn't want to take that away from you." I stared at her over a cereal box. "You robbed me," I said. "And you're calling it character development?" I left before dinner. I didn't even say goodbye to Grandpa. I drove until I couldn't think, then ended up at a 24-hour diner under harsh fluorescent lights. Black coffee, cold fries, a tired waitress wiping tables like her bones were made of sand. I sat there wondering how many people were secretly losing years of their life and calling it normal. I slept in my car because I still couldn't bring myself to pay for a room. Even knowing $60,000 existed, my body still moved like it didn't. I used the remaining money to finish school and wipe out my small loans. I didn't sue her. Not because I'm a saint, because I couldn't survive years of court with my own sister. Chloe and I don't speak now. My mom keeps pushing. "Money comes and goes," she says, "but family is forever." That phrase is just a hall pass for cruelty. So I stopped showing up. I'd landed a corporate job with decent pay, but my brain didn't get the memo. I kept the money in a high-yield account and refreshed it 3 times a day. I knew the balance by heart, and I still didn't trust it. I was always waiting for someone to tell me it was never really mine. Some days I'm furious at her. Other days I'm furious at myself for never asking one simple question sooner. Either way, I learned something brutal. Being the hard worker isn't a personality. Sometimes it's just what happens when you don't know you're being robbed.